Hi, Alan McDowell here, um, talking about the 9/14/2015 City Council meeting where I gave a testimony, and John Snyder, Councilman John Snyder, filled in as the chair of the meeting to fill in for the president, Councilman Stucker, and he stated that there was no second forum sign-up sheet. So I know that I signed up for the second forum. And so I went back to the clerk's office to get a copy of the second forum sign-up sheet to show that I did sign up. I signed up last on the list here. There were two others on the second forum sign-up sheet. It should say open forum number 2 right there. And John Snyder said there was no one signed up for second forum. I had a few questions with the clerk, after experiencing this, and I was wondering about the drug policy of City Hall. Now, the woman who works in the clerk's office stated that she has to take a marijuana test so often, and she's subject to rules regulating drugs, just like everyone else at City Hall. But I asked, I said, well, this doesn't make sense because council member Stucker stated that he has used marijuana since he entered office as council president. He stated this in a magazine article, and I was wondering why city council is subject to different rules than the individuals who work at City Hall. And she said, well, it's most likely because the council members are voted on by the citizens and they're not subject to the same rules. So maybe in the future, I ask the council members why they're not subject to the same drug rules as everyone else working at City Hall. And so there's my beef this week. It's that I wasn't on the sign-up sheet, but obviously I was written into the sign-up sheet right here. And two other individuals didn't get called up. And so maybe Mr. Councilman Stucker should take a look at why we're having so many sign-up sheet problems. The week before I had a problem with the sign-up sheet, me signing up last on the list and someone else signing underneath the last box on the list. So maybe Councilman Stucker can figure this problem out.
All right, I don't seem to have anyone signed up for the final public forum unless, yes, I don't have you on the sheet, but come forward. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
While walking to Hangman Hills this week to find pictures of these blurry weightlifting records to cross-reference with the medical field to discount delusions, I was stopped on the Palouse Highway by a man claiming to be a private investigator. I asked why the state hasn't hired PIs to be the first line of defense against fraudulent psych doctors wrongfully claiming true information as delusions. He stated it was part of the state controlling citizens, which is a violation of the First Amendment. My idea now is a forced quotation mutual signature option for our police departments around the county. And in 2012, when I hiked out there to Hangman through Hangman to Freeman for records that were purged from the school district, I let the officer know of why I was going out there, and I told him what I did at the time, which was I built Memory Programs LLC in a lockdown unit at Royal Park Care Center, and that was where my research and development was done. I had been published in Prime Magazine and all magazines around the area. I had worked for the city and created a proper documentation system. And I told him where I lived and the cultural differences I was having, which there were other problems, which were diagnosed as delusions later on, which can be referenced with code enforcement. And he tried to pull one on me, talking about the CIA and how they had created psych drugs. And I stated, well, the CIA must be, I joked, I said they must be eating jelly donuts, because my former roommate, who was talking very anti-American, and he was from Beijing, and he works for a utility company, talking about firing squads on individuals who believe in the marijuana industry, and firing squads on other types of ideas from American culture. I talked about that, which I went back and got a reference for, but I'll put as delusions. And then later on, we need a verification system for when I get put in the medical system, a forced quotation system, so that we're not writing everything as delusions, we're actually writing quotes. So if I say that I'm published with the director of Frontier Behavioral Health, and we have a conflict of interest involved, then I need those quotes put in the file. I need it forced in the file and signature options. But the first time around, I had told that medical director about my brokerage accounts and my work with the Political Action Committee. He was speaking a different language half the time, and was stating false quotes like, I thought I was president of the United States or something. And so okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so
McDowell.
much.
Do you miss anybody else on final public comment? All right. Hearing none. Just want to remind folks that next week we'll be having a town hall meeting at the Northeast Community Center, and we will be discussing the neighborhood notification ordinance and acting on it that evening. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you next week. We are adjourned.